I work on elastin. I work on the stretchy stuff that's found in human tissue, but it breaks down. Human tissue gets damaged and disease. Human tissue happens to undergo a whole range of changes simply as a result of aging. And so it's important for us to find ways to keep those working. In the very early days, people said it just could not be done. My name is Professor Tony Weiss. I'm the McCarthy Chair in Biochemistry and also the Professor of Biochemistry and Molecular Biotechnology at the University of Sydney. So regardless of whether you go, for example, to the skin that bends and flexes, that needs elastin. If you happen to go across to blood vessels that expand and contract with every heartbeat, that needs elastin as well over countless heartbeats in a lifetime. Even as we breathe in and out, we need elasticity in the lung to make sure that works well too. And yet at the same time, it's really impossible to be able to repair that elastic tissue because the key building block called tropoelastin drops down within the first few years of life. And my research is involved in repairing and replacing those tissues. Take these two different solutions and modify it slightly so that it can be used to treat really compromised wounds.
Yes, this can be used for different type of healing, diabetes wound healing, burn healing as well.
So what better way to do things than to use little bacteria to make precise replicas, precise copies of the natural building blocks. We've been able to build those building blocks in the lab and use those building blocks to be able to assemble large amounts of human tissue, fibers and sheets and tubes.
So these were freshly printed out.
So now we can make very carefully made tubes here, which can be basically used as blood vessel replacements. One of my dreams is to be able to talk to surgeons who can one day go to a shelf somewhere in the operating theatre and say, aha, you are a size 4B, and they go 1, 2, 3, 4, here's 4B, pluck it off the shelf, and there is a pre-assembled tube made with our material, and that's, by the way, exactly what we're doing now in the lab. So one of the things I like about this is that we're using a protein-based material. When we had this building block from nature, we had to learn the rules of assembly. And learning those rules of assembly has not only given us an insight in terms of how to repair human tissue, it's also taught us a lot about the exquisite beauty of nature. As far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a scientist. For example, when I was a little kid, I was asked to draw a picture of what I wanted to be one day. And I knew then I wanted to draw a scientist. And so to be a fellow is really one of the highlights of my life. I am so thrilled and very humbled at being a fellow of the Australian Academy because it's able to decide and direct where science might go. It's a structure of influence. I pinch myself quite often, and I think it's quite an extraordinary journey we've been down. But I don't think the journey has stopped, of course. There are so many things we still need to do and I want to do.